Hey, House of Prince Reviews here for the review of the Minecraft movie. Um, I'm not doing anything fancy this time. I kind of want to take a bit of a break from that. I was, you know, just getting a bit, uh, following up with, watching free movies in their own theaters and doing special reviews for them. I just didn't really, was getting a bit, didn't really feel like doing it. I was getting a bit burned out of everything, and with the last three movies I have seen for years, I have done more complex videos, and I just want to go a little simpler and just talk a bit about it. To standard, I should say. Um, and I think, and well, yeah, maybe I am kind of glad I'm going in this direction because, yeah, I think if you remember when I did recently did my Wii U games collection video when I spoke about Minecraft on there, I mentioned I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the game. Look, I've played it and I get the appeal, but the game's just not for me. I'm not the guy who likes to build and create endless things and obstacle courses and take part in all these challenges and everything. It's just that that sandbox game. It just doesn't work appeal to me. I'm not wholly invested in it. It also, and I should also mention, it's probably that whole reason why I still consider Steve to be the my least favorite uh DLC character that I got added to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I got my fun of the other ones even more, even Terry, but than I did with Steve. Uh, but with that said, I know the appeal, and I know pretty much everything about Minecraft and the popular and how. Because I mean, this IP is the most successful video game of all time, and it still continues to grow as the years go on. It's Everyone will know Minecraft just as much as everyone knows Mario. Um, so it makes sense why they would like why they would make a video game out of this. The question was what they would do. Now, when the trailer came out last year for this, and everyone saw how the world looked now, well, more so the NPCs and all mob, the mobs, and the animals and all that, people were crying foul. Uh, I'm not, and I didn't really care. I was just whatever. I'll see what happens. Uh, I think I made mention that with the Snow White review, but yeah. The one thing that immediately caught my eye were the original characters, the humans who go into the world and meet up with Steve and that. That was the one thing I had a little bit of like rolling my eyes over. I was like, oh boy, we're doing this. And when I went to see this in theaters, I mean, it was a packed cinema, just as packed as as the Super Mario Bros. Movie and Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, I tend to think this was actually close to the screen of Five Nights at Freddy's because most of the people in this, I was with, that was packed with kids who love this franchise. 'Cause as I said, kids adore this game. Um, and they were cheering nonstop at every moment. You know, every reference and to the games and all the when an enemy would show up or when they would pay tribute to certain things that you can do. That was everyone would cheer. Well, the kids would all cheer. Um, Probably more so than they did with Five Nights at Freddy's. Actually, now I think about it. Just as much as I heard everyone cheer in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, though, to be fair, a lot more adults went to see that than, because Mario's been around for so long. But, yeah, going into this, I'm not going to go over the plot, really. I mean, it's what you expect. These four humans discover a portal to the overworld of Minecraft where they meet up with Steve, and he takes them on on a quest get to find a magical artifact to be able to send them home while avoiding a tyrannical ruler in the Never. Um, yeah, that's basically it. I'm not going to go over each of the humans' goals and what they're trying to do and Steve's goal, but yeah, with that, the problem with that is when you include original characters in a video game based movie, and this was a similar problem with this, like the Hedgehog films. These original characters, you've got to make them interesting, and you've got to, not make try and do something new, and not go to the standard character types that you see in these types of movies. And with this, they go that route, and you basically got one is a former pro gamer, one is an animal lover, one is a kid who likes to build things. They're standard things that you do in Minecraft, and they're going to connect with Steve in some capacity. The only exception being the older sister to the young uh, elementary school, high school boy. I don't know who's obsessed with building things. She's about the only one who doesn't really belong there, and yeah, basically, I don't get why she's here. Or she's trying to keep her brother safe, but then they sort of go off on their own around the halfway point of after entering the world. So I don't get it. Um, yeah, I I get the story. As I said, I've seen it before, so it's nothing I can get a good kick out of. What you're going to get a kick out of is if you're a Minecraft fan, all the references and everything. And here's the thing, I look at this in a similar regard to both Mario and Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, actually, more so Mario is if you're a huge fan of the series. I mean, with Mario, the Mario movie, you knew. I think you all know. I cheered at every major reference to the franchise. Everything that I wanted to see, it was like my dream come true. Seeing everything that I've always thought of with Mario and everything. It was just such a it was just a roller coaster of excitement, a massive fan gorge with me. And while Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm not the biggest player of the games. I do know of the overarching story. I know of the lore, the backstory, what happened in this universe, and that's really fascinating for me. With Minecraft, these references, even though I know them, I don't get a cheer for them. I don't get a sense of joy seeing them come up. In fact, honestly, I feel very let down at it in it for a very short amount of time. Like the Enderman, I was my favorite one of my favorite things in Minecraft. My favorite enemy is the Enderman, and I love that enemy. And when the one Enderman shows up, there's only one, and it's over very quickly. Even when the climax, when the pig moblins come in to launch their attack, the Endermen don't show up. I'm like, oh come on, I want more Endermen. I mean, and going to the climax. The Ender Dragon is in this. I want to see the Ender Dragon. I love again the final boss of Minecraft, so to say. I mean, because you can hold that off. That's not your. You don't have to make that your overall objective unless you want to actually complete the game. But I wanted to see that dragon. I wanted to see when the main when the pig wizard opens up the expansive portal to bring in her forces. I would have liked to see the Ender Dragon show up. It's a bit of a shock. Like, that would have been cool. I would have liked that. But, I don't know. I mean, pretty sure the kids on the screen would have jumped for joy if that happened. But, but I didn't get that. Yeah. Um, yeah. There's two things. Um, you know, uh, I will, I will say with the references, there was one that I did cheer at, and it was pretty sweet, which was the tribute they do to Technoblade, and yeah, that was a really really good tribute, and all the kids were in the well, everyone in the field was excited with that tribute, were cheering for that tribute. It was a really good moment, and yeah, I was sort of doing this, I was proud. The visuals, I will say, I thought it looked fine, I didn't mind the way it looked, and Yeah, I thought it looked like a very good, thoughtful recreation of the Minecraft overworld. It looks great. Um, Jack Black, I think he's now become pretty much. If you want to make a successful video game movie, even if it's going to be bad, you have to have Jack Black in it because he loves video games and everything. He's a total ambassador of the industry, and he gives it his all as Steve, and you can tell he's really committed to the role, which it is good. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's as great as his performance as Bowser. Honestly, I think he was better as Claptrap, but um, I think Jack Black, he does well as Steve. But as the original the actors for the original character, the actors for the original the the new characters, I should say. Yeah, I mean they're trying, but I don't know. I mean, I might as well highlight this. Jason Momoa, I really didn't like him in this. I thought he was just too much of this selfish idiot, and yeah, I really couldn't get a care about him. It was like he was just really irritating. I couldn't. It was just so. Yeah. I didn't really laugh at any point in this movie. I mean, a lot of these jokes, as I said, they're references to the game, and again, I'm not the biggest fan of the game, but I couldn't really care. And the the principal NPC side plot, when they cut to that, at various points in the film, I'm like, gosh, just stop. I don't want to see this. Just carry off the film. I just wasn't getting into this. Do you have to keep showing what she's doing, what the principal's doing with this NPC that she's met up with? And like, oh my gosh. Oh jeez, I don't want to stay in the real world. Keep me in the in the actual Minecraft world. Just let me stay with Steve. Even keep me around Jason Momoa even I wasn't I didn't really like him. And the post credit scene, just I'm going to pretty much say, I think I can if you don't know what it is, or if you haven't seen it yet, just basically you can pretty much take a guess of who Jack Black's going to meet, when he at the end of the movie. Pretty sure you guess who it will be, but I'm not going to say it. Yeah, but yeah, that's really about it. I mean, look, I'm not saying this is. Look, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to get a kick out of this. I mean, in the same way, every people, audiences, the fans love the Super Mario Bros. Movie. People are going to enjoy this. Fans of Minecraft will enjoy this. But as I said, I'm not the biggest fan, and you know, I of the mixed reviews for this. I'm definitely of each side of the reviews for this. I'm definitely on the the bad, the negative side. I can't really say I can call this a bad movie on say Borderlands or territory. I can't say this is a but I can't say this is good as say Mario or Sonic and certain other ones. In fact, I should also say among the bad Five Nights at Freddy's, but see how the sequel fares for that later this year. But yeah, I don't think this clearly isn't for me, but I'm gonna judge it on its own as a movie, and I really didn't like it. I think, but I'm gonna say this: if you're a fan, go see it anyway, because you'll probably have more of a fun time than I did. But I will say it was a good experience seeing it in theaters. Yeah, but nah, I wouldn't watch it again. Maybe not, at least for another. I don't know, probably till Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give us a 3.5 out of 10 half stars. Look, as I said, fans of the game will enjoy it, but I'm not a fan, so sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this will be a box office success. I don't know where it is at the moment, but not many films have had a good run at the box office yet. There have been too many hits. So, we'll be at the top shortly. But in terms of what's next, I really don't know. Like, there might be a chance of in terms of new releases, it would be Thunderbolts, but for its 20th anniversary re-release, maybe I could do Revenge of the Sith. I don't know. It just depends, really. I really don't know if I'll have the time to do it because I got a few other things I want to get done, and well, I'm gonna have a little special holiday coming up too, so I'm saving up enough money for that. So yeah, we'll just wait and see about if I'm going to do Revenge, if I will see this 20th anniversary re-release of Revenge of the Sith. So we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, House of Press Reviews is out, and I shall see you for my next review. Ciao!